Welcome back. Now, as times are biting pretty hard, criminal activities have become a major concern as men have devised various means to rob or kidnap innocent citizens. These men disguise as either police officers, LASMA officials, and even military men in some cases to rob people of their belongings. There was some kind of video that was going viral, not video, an audio of some lady who was a victim of one of these attacks. Now, it's your view. You can call us on 070-80668014. You can tweet to us at TV's Connect. Please connect us. Please call us and hashtag YourViewTVC with your tweets so we can read those. Right. So we heard that audio was pretty. Yeah, did you send that audio to us, right?
That audio was very, very explicit. Now, what happened was that this woman went to the market, and I think on her way back, she parked by the roadside. I don't know what she was doing. All of a sudden, a man came with mufti, with an Okada man, and said, "Madam, you are parked wrongly, illegally, and blah, blah, blah. I'm a police officer. You're going to be arrested," and all that. You know, before she could even get herself together, he had put his hand to open the door. You know, the way the police people would just put their hand inside, and he entered the car and sat inside the front seat with her and brought out a gun. You know, and said she should just be driving, So for 2 seconds, she was a bit confused. Later, she said, I don't know how to drive. And later, when he said, "Madam, move." So when she immediately, when it hits you that this cannot be a police officer. So she now drove, and she drove across the road, and she was like that, and onto oncoming traffic. So she blocked the road. So all the cars, they were honking and shouting and pressing, "Madam, get out of the way, get out of the way." He said she now told the man, "Okay, can you leave this? I don't know how to drive anymore. I'm confused. Come and drive the car." She was about to remove her seat, but the man said, "If you move." But that was when he saw that she was now getting a lot of attention. He now said, "You are lucky." He now went away and later came back and said, "Find me something," and all that. Because she said she didn't know what was running through her mind, whether this guy was an armed robber or whether he was a kidnapper. She was not sure what. So that was the instant thing that came to her, and that was what she did. I think that was what saved her. So she sent that audio round so that people are conscious that right now a lot of people are going, posing to be security officials and, robbing people and kidnapping people.
There was another case study that was sent to us as research, where a young girl was, a 15-year-old girl, reported to the police that on her way, some men stopped on Okada and kidnapped her, took her to a specific address and raped her. So when she got back, she went to report, and thankfully she went to report to the police and took them to that address. They found the culprits, the two of them, 2 men, also found fake military uniform, found fake IDs, and apparently they were kidnappers that had been into it. They falsified themselves. At that case, they didn't falsify themselves to kidnap the lady, but they just took advantage of her because she was alone on the road. But because she reported, they were able to find out that these men were into parading themselves as officials of the law and kidnapping people, taking advantage of them. One needs to just be extremely careful.
The police commissioner in Lagos State has said that there have been about 15 incidents of kidnapping in Lagos this year from their own statistics. A lot of family members say that most people do not report to the police. They are afraid. They'd rather just go and pay ransoms. So kidnapping is on the high in Lagos State. And I'm quickly going to run through some of the methods they use. One is ploy at parties. They give your plate number to the MC and say you're blocking somebody. You go to your car to move it. Someone points a gun at you. They kidnap you with your car. Another one is roadblocks, where you meet policemen. They're not actually police. They're just wearing police uniforms. Another is disguising as church members and kidnapping pastors in churches. Another is isolated ATM machines. You go, there's a long queue. The last person on the queue is kidnapped. Another one is fake job interviews. They send you SMSs and say, are you looking for this job? This oil and gas company is looking for this kind of person. You go there and you're kidnapped. Exactly. Another is neighbors as bait. They use your neighbor to knock on your door and then you're kidnapped. Another is luring children with gifts, switching off your generator. So if your generator is switched off at 1 a.m., 3 a.m., I know someone who this happened to. her generator was switched off and armed robbers came into her house. Another is pretending as if they're your relatives. This happens to old men. Somebody will just come from somewhere and say that she's your distant relative. Another is giving you lifts, people who are stuck in traffic. Insufficient security agents is why they're saying that this is happening in Lagos.
A friend of mine took an Okada in the evening. She was running late and she was going somewhere, and she was actually just taken into the bush. And it was just, I mean, she fought with everything she had. And the guy, of course, the guy wanted to rape her. But she fought with everything she had, and obviously she kicked him at his manhood, obviously, and that hurt him, and she just took off. And that's what helped her. So we need to also, there have been trainings also for ladies on how to protect yourself.
As much as it's very good we know all, because there are different types of, there are different tactics they use. But I also know that there are people, we're talking more about cars, and a lot of people that watch don't even have cars, and there are ways, like the path you take on a regular basis. Maybe you're going when you go to the market, they always watch you going and coming, going and coming.
Let me take this call. Good morning, are you there? Hello? Roy from Edo State, are you there? I think I lost that call.
We've been told to change our routes because, you know, one of the confirmed ways of getting kidnapped is that the kidnappers would monitor you for days, even for weeks.
They put you under surveillance.
And checking your routine. So if you keep on doing the same thing, maybe just by chance, because we're trying to juggle the minds of these people, once in a while, if you notice anybody being followed, just change your route once in a while.
Well, recently we got a story of, we read about the story of a woman that was driving, and all of a sudden she thought she had hit a boy on the road.
Yes.
And the boy was lying down flat, and everybody crammed her, and they started saying, you have killed somebody, you are taken to the hospital. They put the boy at the back seat with the mother. On their way, the mother told the woman, "Hey, madam, just give us money." You know, and at the end of the day, she said, if you give me money, the
boy will wake up now.
I'll wake him up, you know. And that was how they took the woman to the ATM machine, and she withdrew money, and she said some things, and the boy woke up. So outside even security personnel that are posing as security personnel, what about people that this begging thing that has gone to this extreme? You know, I think the crux of this issue is poverty.
Let me take this call. Hello?
One of the solutions.
I think I lost that call also.
One of the solutions, and I was going to read a few of them, is to tackle unemployment, rack up quick prosecution of culprits. You know, in Nigeria, we have a lot of criminals because we know that we can get away with crime. You know, all over the world, they're criminals, but you
get caught.
It must be your last resort for you to be a criminal there. You have a death wish because you know, let it be 10 or 20 years, you will get caught. But in Nigeria, our criminals get away, you know, lots of times. So that's why people will keep on doing the things that they do. So they're asking that we deploy state-of-the-art technological gadgets into Lagos. Lagos is a metropolitan city. We can't avoid the influx of population, you know.
Good morning. Let me take this call. What's going on with our phone lines today?
So, but another thing that I think we need to take note of is, one, it is illegal for police officials to jump into your car. There is no law permitting them to jump into your car when, if you've committed a crime, even if you've committed a crime. Okay. So we need to now get our officials.
On the book.
No.
See, for record keeping.
I'm going somewhere. We need to get our officials to the leaders in the police and all these officials to know how to enforce it, to let them know they cannot. And you as a person shouldn't open your car for them to jump in, because right now we don't even know.
Okay, we need to get a proper police officer to tell us what the process is, because we need to be clear what's right and what's wrong. But let me take this call first. Hello, are you there? I think our phone lines are hurting today. Hello?
Hello, I'm hearing you.
Yes, finally. Good morning.
I'm Cletus, calling from my cab.
Good morning. Please go ahead. Thanks for calling. Cletus.
Why all these things are happening is because of poverty. It's not the issue of poverty, it's value. Value system has changed. Let us start asking ourselves, how does this man become rich overnight?
Thank you.
So we can follow it closely and find out how people turn to be wealthy overnight. And government step in to find out, investigate. If you are guilty, you are prosecuted. Because people will just turn overnight to the rich, nobody asks. We start honoring them, give them titles.
Chieftaincy titles.
It's a horrible thing. So that's another way we can go about fighting this issue of crime. You see, poverty shouldn't make you to be a criminal. But we can monitor it by asking, yesterday you were like this, today you're like this. Why?
True. Yeah,
Thank
true.
you.
I
You're
totally agree
very
with
correct,
you. Yeah.
Tracy. I agree. Let's listen to
Adam the Minder says Nigerian citizens are not security conscious. We are only concerned about the government that doesn't even know us. Oladeji Dekola says, God bless you for the security tips. I learned a lot this morning. Olga says, the time to repair the roof is when the sun is shining. Some people are sending SMS pretending they are from BVN and bank. Those guys are 419. Thanks. Olayori Jeremiah says, we just have to be more observant and security conscious. Congratulations to Auntie Nilma.
Okay, that's all we can take on this segment. When we return, we'll bring in a guest to help us understand and identify fake police officers and even regular officials. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back. Welcome back to Your View.
Welcome back. As we enter into the Ember months, Nigerians need to be obviously security conscious. And how can we achieve this? How do we identify fake security officials, and what should victims do in such a situation? Joining us to discuss this is the former Assistant Commissioner of Police and Security Consultant, Sir Okwola Alade Taiwo. Welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you.
It's so good to have you. Good to have you, sir. So we've been discussing security. Yes.
May I ask the first question based on the tweet, please?
Yes, please.
Mary Eustace says, my friend was kidnapped about 3 months ago. His wife went to the police. They advised her to pay the ransom and did nothing. Now, when the police force, does this, how do we feel secure? How do we as citizens protect ourselves from kidnappers? Armed robbery, maybe not, but particularly from kidnappers in the Ember months.
The problem we have is Nigerians generally are very lazy. Yes, especially the youths. They didn't want to do any work. And what they do is to listen to informations, these ITs, and going to Twitters and Facebooks and get, facts. Not that alone, there are some children, youths who are very close to a rich family, or they know that they have something in their pocket. They plan, and we've got some children who, get some men to cover them, mask themselves, and ask their dad to go to meet their dad for money. Women have been, paying for their husband to be, kidnapped. And the husband have been paying for the wife to be kidnapped.
So are you trying to say that anything that has to do with crime, or most of the crimes that are like kidnap crimes and all that, it is linked to someone that is really in-house?
There must be in-house. There must be somebody closely related. When you are, during the time of 419s, there are some group of people that gather together. We have the catcher, we have the one that we read, post, and all these things are team, they are organized, crime. Like what you are trying to say there, you can imagine the case of this this minister of Okonjo-Iweala. They went and kidnapped the father or mother there. And it was the house boy to the father, who is a who is in the palace there that organized
The
the kidnappers.
So could that be why the police would say pay the ransom?
No, police should not.
But
Police have no right. What type of ransom?
Okay, there was a popular case of a transporter. Okay, let me not mention his name. He had police escort.
Yes.
And the police escort foiled the kidnap attempt on him. 2 of his police escorts were killed. 1 of the kidnappers was killed.
Okay.
But they traced the remaining 2. They were arrested. Okay. They had no link to him. It was not from his house.
Okay.
They just knew him in the estate, that this is a rich man.
Yes.
They surveyed him and then kidnapped him.
Yes.
Now, this had nothing to do with internal.
Yes.
Now, this case, we followed it in the media for a while, but the police weren't really doing anything about it. The suspects arrested, we never heard anything about them again. Eventually, they said they were released, and it was another kidnap that they were rearrested, and they said, is this not this? So my point again to you is, when the police are sort of
in cohorts, seem to be in cohorts.
Funny.
Look, let me be honest with you. We are all Nigerians. And the largest number of people love money. Only very few are just distancing themselves. And police are not a different person entirely. They were part and parcel of Nigerians. And they were not gathered in a place like Christmas fowl, chickens. So the fact remains that amongst the policemen, it is difficult for you to differentiate when you are recruiting who is a thief, who is a armed robber, who is a 419er, or somebody who can let the cat out of the bag. But while training, we trace some of them to their fingerprints and immediately get them.
Hang
just a moment. you have something
Sorry to cut you off, because one of the questions we've been trying to understand is how do we identify the real security officials?
Is now very difficult. I must be honest with you.
Okay.
Because you can get this uniform
anyhow. In the market.
Some are got in the market. The people can go and buy, but invariably, most of these people are dismissed officers.
But sir, we know that there are some security
those
personnel
who resigned, and they were not followed up. See, before everything becomes haywire, if a prisoner is to be released from the prison, he has to report to the police. They will get his data. They will know where he stays. They will get all data. Why we have problem is that all dismissed officers, if you ask any authority today,
they don't know where they are.
They won't know where they are.
Recently, sir,
yes,
I had a case with the police station, and the officer that was handling that case was relocated to another station.
Yes.
Do you know that because she got relocated, there was no continuity? And she is claiming she handed over the case to this, and that one says she didn't do a proper handover. What is the problem with data collation in this country? Because you're saying that if a police officer is being dismissed right now, what if he gives a wrong address? How would we verify? Don't you think there's a major role right now? The major cause of this our problem is that we don't even have proper records that is accurate. So if we don't have it now, how would we now solve this problem?
Since 1976, I came into the force in 1968, and in 1976 we have a problem in the police, because the government that time, disrupted the system, and they make police, they castrated the police. All the what I can call records were not. Since then, you can't keep record. Go to the police station now, you may not even see the standard police diary. All those documents are no more in use. But before now, when a criminal or a suspect is arrested, the first thing you take is statement. After statement, you take his fingerprints.
Really?
Yes. After fingerprint, you take his picture. Then from picture, you take it to the first CID, Alagba, where we have fingerprint analysts. Then when they search the fingerprints, they will confirm whether he has been...
Other crimes
Yes,
before.
other crime before. There we get the habitual criminals, we get people who have... the
First-timers.
Yes. And their mode of operations. There are some people who they don't pick somebody's cup, but they pick pockets. Yes, there are some that are known for armed robbery. They don't do any other job than to...
Pickpockets.
Yes,
To do armed
to do
robbery.
armed robbery. There are some people who slaughter people, that is murder. You know, so through that records, we get all these facts.
Okay.
So you see,
But everything has been, you know, because of lack of continuity and financial power, that is to make the job go on well. Most of the time, when I was in service, you know, I will fuel the vehicle. I will do a lot of things through the police public relation committee, who now assist you. Because when you talk of what do I call it, fund or allocation, you will never get it.
Okay, so as a retired police commissioner, what advice would you give people out there, especially now that everybody seems to be looking for different means of criminal acts? You know, I mean, Jumoke listed out quite a few number of tactics these criminals are using today. What advice would you give to Nigerians on how to even...
Very good, very good. You Nigerians are not security conscious. No, you sleep without closing your doors. You see somebody on the road, he waved you down. You say, I say,
Compassionate person.
compassionate, oh, come here. You know, there was a woman, a man was going, and a woman with a big air gear was waved the man down. The woman came in and sat by the other side, and she wanted to rob the man of his car. Now, what she did was to, you know, put her head outside, and the wind blew the air gear. He said, there, my air gear. The man stopped. He came out of the car, and before he knew what was happening,
She had jumped into the driver's seat.
and drove the car away.
I've
Yes.
never heard of that one before.
Yes, thousands and one. If I see somebody, if I see my wife on the road while I was, and I didn't pick her from home, and she stood by the road and waved me down, I will not pick her.
Okay now.
Like
Let's take a
somebody
quick...
might be planting.
Yeah, no, somebody might have
You disguised
got her
her.
face, you know,
Yeah.
put her face on the, you know, and behave, look like my
her.
wife.
Let's take a quick break. When we come back, we'll take some tweets and some calls. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back. Welcome back to Your View.
Welcome back. Before we take some tweets, sir, let me ask you this question.
Yeah.
Is it proper for police officers to carry out their duties in plain clothes?
Thank you.
Or they must be in their...
We have about 3 or 4 types of policemen.
Okay.
We have the SSS. No, the police are not. They were SSS in those days, but they excised them from the police. We have the state CID. We have the Criminal Investigation Department.
Okay.
We have the CIB, Criminal Investigation Bureau.
Okay.
Then we have the general duty. Those are in uniform. We have the police mobile force. Mopo. We have the dog section. We have the mounted troop.
Wow.
We have the carpenters, the cobblers.
Wow.
They wear uniform. And there's a part of police like maid servants in the hospital. They were called spy policemen. They are the one being used by the petroleum department, this Mobil, Shell, you know, these are the types of people we have.
Okay.
Now, of recent, we have what they call SARS, State Anti-Robbery Squad. You know, they were trained specially to arrest armed robbers. They are not always in uniform. You see them with police, maybe...
So these ones, are they allowed to stop you on the road? Are these ones allowed?
It's not permitted,
Okay.
to be honest. A policeman in gun should not stop any person on the road and demand anything from him. Because being armed, he has become an armed robber. We have traffic policemen who stops you, ask for your particulars.
Traffic warning.
Yes,
Those ones
traffic
shouldn't
warning.
carry guns.
But if you are carrying gun and you stop somebody, you are not, it's not permitted.
Wait, so the people who are stopping should not be carrying guns?
They should not. Any person who wants to stop you should not. But the fact
have
remains that we have problem. The man you are stopping, maybe he's an armed robber.
Yeah.
The moment
So he
you
wants to
come,
defend himself.
and yes, he just
Okay.
point a gun to the policeman. But if you are not with gun, he will just kill you. And you
All
know.
right, let me take Mike. Mike from Keto, are you there?
Yeah, I'm there. Good morning.
Good morning, Mike. Please go ahead.
Yes, I'm really enjoying your program.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, it's unfortunately that in police station we don't have anything like computer to take information. We don't have any single computer in police stations, which is very bad. All they do is the paperwork, and paperwork can miss at any time.
You're right.
But
Right.
are you sure?
Thank you very much,
But
Mike.
sir, are you sure it's not a deliberate thing for them not to make it computerized?
It's police is computerized now.
No, but it's just some stations. So.
It's
The station I went to is still better on paper that they're using there.
if you go to the admin office, there is a computer there.
Okay.
At the reception,
but
where you
reception-
make your this thing.
No,
this
no,
paper.
no, it's not computerized.
Okay, I have a few tweets. Let me come from under. Gwagen says, to my own opinion, the Lord Chamber of the Upper House should pass a bill into law as death penalty against anyone caught. Sulaiman says, for we to be identified security officer is a thing that needs to be looked into. Olu Abiola says, one problem Nigeria has is no database management. And the very interesting one, Ogundele Akinwande says, I'm surprised your guest talked about youth being lazy. Have their generation served the interest of Nigerian youth well?
Before you answer, before you go, I don't want to go. Let's take this call. Hang in there, sir. Let me let you pause. Let me think of the answer. Daniel from Ikeja, are you there?
Yeah, good morning.
Please go ahead. Thanks for calling.
Please, I want to add something to what the third AC said. In regards to those that wear plain clothes, police. Of course, he said the CID they wear plain clothes. The SID, which is a Security State Investigation Bureau, and the SARS as well. Any policeman has.
Oh,
I think it's the staff of SIB.
Oh, sorry.
Sir, I wanted to
Daniel.
even ask a question.
Yeah.
That even if they are on Mufti, what are the likely questions a SARS person would ask you? Would the SARS person say go into the car, or how would a SARS approach? So even if it's a security, like it's a security personnel, what are the things you should look out for to say, okay, this person is a genuine security personnel?
You ask for his identity card.
Okay.
Okay.
He will present it to you.
Okay.
Then you ask him for what is
Your crime.
happening. Yes, what is your crime? And if there is anything to, whether it's to search your car, you ask for his search warrant. Yes, you have right. to do
On
that.
the road?
They don't usually produce this thing because we've had cases where you see men, they'll stop, people that carry laptops, sir, on bikes. You see a policeman will flag the bike down, stop them, search the bike. Once they see you have 2 phones and a laptop, they'll say you're a Yahoo boy. And they just take them like that. And they do that all the time.
It is wrong. It is wrong.
So what should the man do? What should the boy do?
Once that thing is done to him, he goes to the nearest police station and reports.
Sir,
They take him
my
there.
own story. Someone was arrested and they planted a gun. The police people planted a gun. They actually took him to the proper police station. When they got there, they told him, Oga, bring 900,000 and let us bail you out. The man had no choice because he didn't have any gun inside of him, but they planted a gun inside of him.
How was the gun planted?
No, they said that they wanted
found
to
it.
search his car. You know, before he could say Jack, they said they brought out a gun, that they found the gun in his car.
No.
No, I'm saying it. No, see, you cannot be blind to the fact that there are some dishonest.
I know. That's what I told you earlier. That police are not brought out you know.
We want to round off, and I want us to take a message as we go. How do ordinary citizens prevent being kidnapped, and how does the Nigerian state empower the Nigerian police, as a former policeman, to do their work effectively? In a few seconds.
No, the Nigerian the government has to fund the policemen.
It's just majorly funding and everything will
and
be okay.
train them.
Okay.
They have to be trained.
Okay.
You know, most of the time, police are not trained after the recruit training. Yes, in those days, they were sent to overseas. We go to all this overseas training. But now they will just train you locally, or even keep you there for years without any training. And Nigeria, the world, Nigeria is dynamic.
The world is revolving.
Yes, it's revolving. But they are static. You know, the only thing they can do, and as a person, if you are not going to be kidnapped, you have to be self-conscious. You have to be you must know that you are secured.
So once you're arrested by police, ask for the ID card.
ID card, yes.
ID card. Now, usually abroad, we see that they tell you to step out of the car, but here in Nigeria, they don't tell you to step out of the car. They want to enter your own car.
Tell them that you will follow them to the station.
Okay.
Don't allow him to enter your car because it may be an armed robber who will drive away your car.
Gotcha. All right, no problem. Thank you so much, sir, for the advice. I appreciate you being on the show today. That's all we can take on the show today. Thanks for joining us. See you tomorrow. Have a good day. Bye-bye.